Phoebe, hurry up, dear. It's 4 o'clock.
Mrs. Briggs. You'll bring tea out to the garden, won't you? Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I'll wait in the kitchen. Yeah, go away, Jim. Here you are. Take her out. Dennis. You'll bring tea out into the garden, will you, dear?
Yes, all right, Mummy.
Hurry up and get dressed, dear. Oh, I've still got my apron on. This is a lovely surprise, Mr. Lennox.
Well, Mrs. Frank, after all this time.
Friend? What? Wait a minute. What? Come in my room.
Do you think this suits me better than my O'Neill?
I think it does.
Let me see you.
I don't feel quite like myself in this dress.
Suits you much better than it did me. You look sweet, darling. Let me see myself. I say, Fen, a man like Mr. Lennox is sure to have met lots of important film people. I shall lead the conversation round and find out and get him to give me an introduction.
It's a waste of effort, because Daddy would never let you go on the phone.
Oh, go and take the tea out, Fen.
Phoebe,
What?
don't be too obvious in leading the conversation round, will you?
As if I would. Go and hurry up with the tea, darling.
Yes. Well, it wasn't a bad start, Bob. Except we couldn't get home. Took me 2 years to get a roof across the Spain. We were afraid to see them turn.
Frank was so worried for you. We all were.
Oh, well. You know, I'm hoping to get a government job of some sort. Of course, I know I'm 55, but there's surely something I can do. Well, Frank, how's business?
Well, I suppose the retail chemists have suffered less than most businesses through the war. I consider myself lucky.
Oh, this is Joan, isn't it? And I don't expect you remember me.
Of course I do. My name's Venice now.
It's just her nonsense. She was given Fennis as a middle name after my grandfather, and when she was 9, she decided she liked it better than Joan and adopted it. If any of us called her Joan, she pretended not to hear, so we had to remember. Do you remember the day you sold Frank the business, Mr. Lennox? I can see it as if it were yesterday. You sat just where you're sitting now, under the rose tree, eating a piece of Dundee cake.
It wasn't a sale, it was a gift.
Oh, entirely selfish motives, my dear Frank. Thank you, Finnis. I'd made money out of the Golders Green deal and wanted to be free to travel. I wanted you to have the business.
Oh, don't sit on the grass, darling. Have the cushions. So sorry I'm late.
Oh, so this is Phoebe. How are you, Phoebe?
I expect you've been thinking of me as still a little girl.
Oh, I expect I have, but what do I find? A walking advertisement for the beauty parlor.
Do sit down, Mr. Lennox.
Thank you.
Tuppence for the box, Phoebe.
Oh, I haven't got my bag. Whenever the children are late for a meal, Frank always makes them put tuppence in the Red Cross box.
Well, I'll pay this tuppence for Phoebe.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lennox.
By the way, how are you getting on at the beauty parlor?
Oh, Madame Felicia is very nice to me. I expect it was your introduction.
Oh.
But the work isn't very exciting.
One doesn't expect work to be exciting, Phoebe.
Oh, I don't know, Frank. I wouldn't say that.
Sorry I'm dashing off, Mr. Lennox.
You've time to talk to Mr. Lennox for a moment, haven't you?
Oh, but I'm meeting Eddie up on the heath at 4:30, Mum, and it's that now. I didn't know you were coming, Mr. Lennox, till it was too late to put him off.
Oh, that's all right, Jim.
Cheerio, Mr. Lennox. Bye, Mum. Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, Jim.
Never told me you had an airman in the family.
He's only a cadet, Mr. Lennox. He won't be called up for another year yet.
What are you going to do with him afterwards, Frank?
What, after the war? Well, he'll go into the business with me.
Is he keen on being a chemist?
Well, You won't have to sweat 12 hours a day in a factory like I had to when I was a kid.
I had my medical yesterday. Did you? What'd you get? Don't be wet. A1, of course. But, well... I say, Ed, what do your old man do for someone to help him in his garage? Do you think he'd have me? Your old man let you? I don't know. Well, ask him then. Don't be wet. Okay. Come on, what's the matter?
Don't worry, Mr. Lennox, Edith.
Oh, he's not worrying me, I assure you.
Take the tea things inside, dear.
But do you mean you do know somebody in the film business, Mr. Lennox?
Yes, he writes scenarios or whatever you call them. He wrote that one, that one they're showing for a big war charity next week.
You don't mean Woman of Today with Gloria Dewey?
That's it, Woman of Today.
Isn't it funny, Mummy? We were only talking about it last night, and I was saying I'd give anything to see it. I love Gloria Dewey. Don't you, Mr. Lennox?
Must say I've never seen the lady.
I saw her latest film 3 times in 1 week.
Did you really? Well, I'm seeing young Penley tomorrow. I'll try and arrange a couple of seats for you for Tuesday night, if you like.
Oh, would you? That would be sweet of you, Mr. Lennox.
I'll tell him to look out for you. David Penley's his name. He's a charming fellow. I'm sure you'll like him.
Oh, thank you. I shall look forward to it.
Take the train, Phoebe.
Yes, dear. She's mad about films now. Last year it was dress designing she wanted to go in for.
Oh, Mother.
The year before that it was mannequin work, and now it's films.
It's just a passing phase. She'll soon grow out of all that nonsense.
Phoebe,
What?
you were much too obvious.
Was I?
Yes, much.
Oh, well, I don't care. I got what I wanted. Mr. Penley, I did enjoy it.
Did you? I think it's a terrible film.
Oh, I didn't. I thought the dialogue was beautifully written. Didn't you like it, then?
Well, it wasn't like real life, was it? It was too shiny.
That's it, exactly. Like all Rudy Kaufman's films.
You are lucky being in the film business. I wish I were.
Oh, don't wish you were. It's a rotten sort of life for a girl like you.
What do you mean, a girl like me?
Well, for a pretty, sensitive girl to spend her time hanging around agents' waiting rooms and casting offices.
Oh, but once you made a hit, that's all finished.
Please, don't try to get into films. You have to be as hard as nails to get on. That's how she got where she is.
I rather hoped you'd help me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't, honestly.
Hurry along there, please. Mind the door, please.
Why don't you sit down?
I think it's very mean of you not to help me.
If you knew as much about films as I do, you'd understand.
Well, you might at least tell me how to set about finding film work.
Sorry, I wouldn't help any girl I liked to get in the film. Unless, of course, I thought she was a great actress or something.
Good, thank you. That's charming of you.
Would you like to sit down? I'm getting out the next stop.
Thank you so much.
Better get ready to push your way through.
Thank you.
I'll pay her passport.
Golden, please. X-square 3. Don't push there. Just a minute. Come along there. Excuse me, I want to get out. Excuse me. Excuse me. I want to get out.
Come on!
Mind the door, please.
Well, I suppose she'll come back by the next train.
She might go home by bus from Brent. I think we better wait.
Well, let's sit down here, shall we? I'm afraid I've annoyed your sister.
I know. I suppose being in films and studios must seem awfully funny and unreal after you've been in the war.
Yes, it does rather.
Mr. Lennox told me you've been in France.
Yes.
What's cooking? you reading?
Oh, that's too old for you, I'm afraid.
I like books that are old for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be patronizing. It's The Life of Madame Curie by her daughter.
Oh, yes. I've heard Daddy talk about her. She invented radium, didn't she? I mean, she discovered it.
Yes. She's a marvelous woman. One of the few really great ones.
Haven't there been many great women then?
Well, very few who've done anything really big.
Why is that?
Well,
Please tell me.
well, it's only my opinion, of course, but I think it's because they lack... It's rather difficult to explain. Singleness of purpose. You know that expression?
No. What does it mean?
Well, they don't seem able to map out their life to a plan, as Madame Curie did. They're led away too easily by things like falling in love and success coming too easily.
Oh. I think I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to read the book.
Would you really?
You couldn't lend it to me, could you?
Well, this is a library book. I'll give you a copy if you like.
Will you? Thank you very much. It's my 13th birthday soon, so you can give it to me then.
All right, then I will.
So even if it is a bit too old for me, soon won't be. Don't forget them.
No, of course I will.
Gold is grease, eggs were three. Hurry along there.
Look here, we've probably missed your sister while we were talking. Let's face the other way, then we can see if she gets out.
Hurry along there. Mind the door, please.
If I don't see her again tonight, will you give her a message?
Yes.
Ask her if she'd feel any differently about me if I do speak to Mr. Hemming, the casting director. And can I phone her anywhere tomorrow?
Yes. Madame Felicia, 16 Bond Street.
I'll phone her there then at 11 o'clock.
All right.
Thanks.
Felicia, hold on one moment, madam. I'll have you put through to her office. Miss Phoebe Wilson. I think she's engaged. Alice.
What is this stuff you're putting on?
An Arabian mud mask, madam.
Mask? I didn't ask for a mask. Things like the devil. What is it?
Mr. Penley? All right, then, David. Have you fixed it? You know, for me to see the man who does the casting. But you told Venice. Of course. I thought you'd meant you'd fix it. Well, why ring me up? I think it's horribly mean of you. Oh, I think you're detestable. No, I won't. Will you go in now, Mr. Durham?
Help! Help! Take it off! Take it off my face! It's stinging! It's stinging my face like Billy Hole! Help!
What is the matter?
It's tearing my face off! Help! How dare you? I suppose I've got to go...
Whatever is the matter?
How dare you?
Arabian mud?
I asked for a bathhouse.
Shall I send you some samples then?
You're not...
Will you excuse me? I'll phone you later.
Made off. I've never been so excited.
Tell Miss Wilson I want her in my office at once.
Yes, Madam Felicia.
I shall tell all my friends not to come here. How dare you employ such assistants?
Oh, but, Madam, if only you'll let me explain. Madam Felicia wants to see you in her room, Wilson. Oh, heck.
But I'd no idea you were back in England. Of course I'm pleased. All right. 8 o'clock. I'll be there. All right. Goodbye. Now, will you explain to me the meaning of the brawl in your cubicle?
Well, to begin with, Madam Felicia, Mrs. Char definitely asked for an Arabian mud mask.
Sentence of death or only imprisonment for life?
Bound over to keep the peace.
That's what comes of quarreling with your boyfriend on the telephone. Look, what time do you finish tonight?
6 o'clock.
What you need's a drink. It'll cheer you up. I'll be waiting for you at the Europa at 6:30.
But I don't know you. Oh, it goes up your nose like he knows.
Tell me more about yourself. You don't seem to be a very happy family.
Oh, but we are. We're very happy, really. But,
What have you actually done to get into pictures?
well, hardly anything. I've sent my photographs to casting managers, and I did hope for an introduction, but nothing came of it.
Excuse me a moment.
Then, I've got it at last. Got what? An introduction to the casting director at Marathon. Look,
Who gave you this?
a man I met. I'll tell you about it later. Ben, darling, I want you to do something for me.
What?
Hello, Fanny.
Hello.
Can you swim 2 legs yet?
No.
I can. I say, did you see old Maureen fall in?
No.
I did. Maisie said Beryl pushed her because Maureen said Beryl's mother was a German spy.
Did she?
Oh, well, I'll be seeing you. I say, Fen, I've got to go to Elstree on Saturday afternoon, and I don't want Daddy to know what it's about. So I'm going to pretend it's just to look over the studios, and I've asked you.
Why?
In case Mummy suggests coming with me. Then I can say that you're very keen, and 3 wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, Phoebe.
Oh, I know what you're thinking, Fen, but just leaving a thing out isn't telling a lie. Really it isn't, darling.
But we'd have to pretend. And it would feel just as horrid.
You know how much depends on it, then. My whole future, very likely. You can't let me down. Please, darling.
Miss Wilson, will you take your hat off? Now, what film work have you done?
Well, actually, I haven't done any yet. I was in The Merchant of Venice at school.
Oh, and what did you play in that? Portia?
No, as a matter of fact, I played Shylock.
Stand up.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Little girl. Stand up. Age?
I'm 12.
Height? What height are you?
Why?
5'2".
1.5.
If you know, why didn't you say so? Turn round.
I haven't the least idea what you're talking about.
Are you dumb or are you trying to be funny?
Neither.
Come on with me.
Where are we going?
See the governor.
Who?
The governor.
Here's more golden. She's not unlike.
I thought she was the nearest so far. Little height. No? No, she's only 5'2".
1.5.
What have you done?
I'm afraid I can't hear with the gramophone playing so loudly.
What work have you done?
I haven't the least idea what you're talking about. Shall I switch it off?
Please put the record on the other side.
Listen, who sent you after the part?
What part?
The part of Meg as a child. I presume that's what you've come about.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
I said I presume you've come about the part of Meg.
I came with my sister.
What is this? What have you made? You have the gramophone ball.
I'm sorry. I must have turned up the speed regulator by mistake.
It murders the music. Turn it off. Take it off. Now, little girl, come here, and I will you explain. We make a picture. It is called Adopted Daughter. It shall star Gloria Duvey. Now, in the beginning, Meg has 10 years only. For 2 scenes, then she grows up. It is then necessary to have a child like the Duvey, no?
Yes?
When your hair is much golden, you shall not unlike me. So?
So?
Now, you go away. You have your hair golden. In 3 days you come back and I will make with you a test.
I couldn't have my hair dyed,
Why not?
because I shouldn't like it. Couldn't you make a test of my sister instead? She's awfully pretty, and everybody says she's like a film star.
Where won't you go?
Get my sister.
I do not wish her. Stay yourself. If I give you £5, you will have your hairs colored for the test?
It's nothing to do with money.
Kummer. You throw away perhaps a big career.
I don't want to be an actress.
What you wish to do.
I've other plans.
What plans?
Private plans.
Look, if you have your hairs colored, I give you beautiful doll with many dresses who can say mama.
I don't play with dolls.
Well, then I'm bicycle.
I've got one.
What you wish most?
Books.
I give you all the books you want up to £15.
I couldn't. Not even if you gave me the whole bookshop.
Take her away. With her hair dark, I will make with her a test.
But, Mr. Kaufman,
If you are photogenic, you will play the part of Meg.
But...
Graham, Elsie, go on, beat it. Test by Miss Venice Wilson, part of Adopted Daughter, take 4.
Action.
Mommy, I was...
Hey, please put more grease on her lips. Now, before the scene, we take the different aspects of the face. You look to the right, to the left, to the front, then you smile, and then the big commercial acting,
I don't think I can get any chairs this time, Mr. Kaufman.
Why not?
I haven't any left.
Comments. Look right, look left, look to the front. Now smile. More smile. Wonderful. Now more. Ah, charming. Laugh for me, laugh.
You've made enough tears. You make big...
That'll do. I don't want to see it again, but my mind's made up. We'll make Strange Barrier with Phyllis Wilson as the child.
But why, Mr. Keith? Why not adopt the daughter, Mr. Keith?
You're 100% right, Mr. Keith, to play her in Strange Barrier. I've seen the test 6 times.
I agree. We've got something in that kid. It's a swell idea of yours, Mr. Keith.
I do not think it's a fair idea. Why must we adopted daughter scrap and Strange Barrier make instead?
Adopted Daughter's a bad, old-fashioned story. I paid $2,000 for the rights of Strange Barrier. I had it on the shelf for 5 years because I couldn't find a child. Well, now we've found one, I'm going to make it.
Please, Mr. Keith, I wish adopted daughter to make with Phyllis Wilson.
Strange Barrier with Phyllis Wilson.
She's a real fine.
Phyllis Wilson?
Please, Mr. Keith.
That's all I have to say.
All right, I will her into a Diana Derby make.
She's a marvelous little girl.
I show Hollywood want to make a real child star. I show them. I will not take a jealous of my jealous. I see her before me.
Phyllis Wilson, get on with your work. Don't sit there thinking.
Yes, Miss Lupton.
Whatever's the matter, Ellen?
Frank, I'm so glad I've caught you.
Oh, just closing. Did you get in that taxi?
Yes, I shouldn't have, I know. But I've just been to Elstree and...
Something about Venice?
Yes. They rang up this afternoon. I was just going to wash up the dinner things and said they wanted to see me at once. And Frank, it isn't a small part they tried her for. It's a leading part in a different story at £50 a week.
Did you say £50?
And it would be for at least 10 weeks.
£500 for 3 months play acting. My father worked a full 12 months to earn a quarter there.
But Frank, you don't understand. Venice is worth it. I've always said she was artistic. Mr. Keith says she's a born actress.
Do you mean you'd have our Venice become a professional film actress?
Oh, for heaven's sake, why not? It's a chance in a million.
There are 100 reasons why not. Her education, for one thing.
They pay a governess to give her lessons at the studio. Oh, I don't know how you can be so unexcited about it all. I can see what's going to happen. It's going to be the same as 20 years ago. If you'd taken that chance of buying land at Golders Green when Mr. Lennox did, we'd be as rich as he is now. But I suppose you prefer to plod along in the same old rut till doomsday.
Well, how could I take chances with you and the children to consider?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'd better go home and we'll talk about it later.
Ellen, I don't think you fully realize what this means. Suppose she was a failure. For £500, you might spoil her life.
You always meet trouble halfway, Frank. Mr. Keith's convinced she can become a star.
I don't care about that. Pen's got a fine character of her own. I don't want it spoiled. No.
It isn't only Venice who would profit by it. After all, Frank, life hasn't been so easy or so gay up to now that there's no room for improvement.
You mean I've failed you, Ellen? I thought we hadn't done so badly. I imagined you thought so, too.
Perhaps I would have, if we'd never had a chance of something better.
All right, I'll think it over. That's all I can promise. It's against all my instincts. I'll go to Mr. Lennox before supper and have a talk with him.
Frank, we've been married over 20 years. This is the first time I've ever asked for anything. Please, dear, please let Venice have her chance. Venice! Venice! Daddy's got some news for you, Pen. Tell her, Frank.
All right, Ellen.
What's the matter?
Hello, Dad. What's happened? Oh, I knew there was something in the air.
Is it something about the film?
Do you think you'd really like to go on the films, Venice?
Oh, yes, Daddy. Of course, if everything was all right, I mean.
What way, all right?
Well, if I could really do the part, because if it wasn't a bit like me, I shouldn't know what to do. I'd make a fool of myself. Why, have they rung up?
Yes, and...
Yes. But it isn't the same part, Venice. This is a big one. A very big one, I understand.
A big part? For me?
Yes, but on one condition only, Venice. That is, if the whole thing falls through, or if your mother and I think that the atmosphere of the studio after this one film is unsuitable for you, then you must promise you go back to school and study. You give me your word.
Yes, Daddy. I promise.
What are they going to pay her, Dad?
£50 a week.
£50 a week? Ooh.
Well, fancy you going on the pictures, Ducky. She won't want her told me all now, will she? We shall have to pay 6pence to speak to her now, shan't we, miss?
Yes,
something wrong?
Look at old Fenn. Just got a job of 50 smackers a week, and look at her.
We ought to get something on right away. Like
I'm
your
bringing
father,
the first
Mr.
50
Wilson.
pounds.
Jeffrey, I thought you were in Paris.
How's that for fair?
Now what is this? What is the matter? Not one good tea can we get made. Verdammt, Schlendrian in the Betrieb.
Venice,
Yes, Miss Ducky.
I want you to meet Wendy Keith, Mr. Keith's daughter.
How do you do?
I've heard such a lot about you. Well, I'll leave you two to get to know one another. Now, don't forget tennis lessons in the dressing room after lunch.
Yes, Miss Ducky.
Look out, girl.
Where's the track? Why is there not enough track?
Have you done anything yet? No, nothing. And I've been here since 8 o'clock.
What two expressions, please, Miss Doobie.
I expect I won't feel so nervous, though, when I've done it.
What you wear in Paris, but Joffrey is what you wear in Paris.
Do you often come here? No, I'm at school. I came down to have lunch with Daddy. Is your mother down here with you? Yes, but I wouldn't let her come on the set to watch me act. I should be most horribly embarrassed. Yes, I should, too.
Take that baby and move the big nigger.
Now break it up.
I think I'll have to run before the red light goes up. I hope we meet again. We must. Good luck with the film. Thank you.
Finish. You and Gloria Doobie must acquainted be. Come.
I wish I could speak to you about my part, Mr. Kaufman.
Oh, excuse my speaking to you, Mr. Kaufman, but do you remember me?
I cannot speak now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Kaufman.
Gloria, here's a little finish to speak with you.
What? Did he say your name was Finnish? Blanche. My dear, did you hear what Rudy called this child?
No?
Called her Finnish. Why, it's perfect.
My name's Dennis.
But Finnish is so much better, I shall call you Finnish.
If you do, I shan't answer you.
You take your place, please, Miss Dewey. Excuse me, Missy. You don't want to take no notice of her. She's jealous. Frightened you stood a picture, that's all.
I see. Thank you for telling me.
I got kids in the own, see? Clear the set, please.
Now what is here? What? I need to know the time. Can I set the light of the microphone, please?
Come on, break it up. Put that knit in a one. Come on, Tom. All right, ladies. Now grab these coats off. Right, let me have quiet, please. Okay, Governor? Okay. Clear the set. Oh, hurry up. Give me a red light. Now this is a take. Roll.
Strange barrier, C28, take 6.
Come in.
Jeffrey, I thought you were in Paris.
Oh, there you are.
Cut! Who is this idiot woman? You have the company 500 pounds cost.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kaufman. I'm Pennis's mother.
Whoever you may be, if to the studio you come, you must the laws of the studios keep.
Yeah, come on, Governor, relax. She's all right. She won't do it again.
What is it here? Why are we waiting? We wait. Oh.
Hiya, Penny. I want to talk to you. Come and sit down. Oh, bring a chair, Mr. Wilson. Come sit here, honey. I am afraid that stuff your mother's given me about you just won't do, Penny.
What will do?
Why, it's drab, colorless. Isn't there anything interesting you can tell me about yourself?
Props. Now it's curtains back.
I don't think there is.
I was afraid not, so I've tried to give you a personality. This is the angle I've been working on. See if you can add anything to it. Only a few days ago, Pennis was leading the quiet, uneventful life of a typical 11-year-old schoolgirl. The daughter of a research chemist, now engaged on secret work of national importance, she spent her holidays on horseback, playing with her wolfhound in the beautiful gardens of her parents' spacious home in Hampstead. A sport-loving, open-air tomboy, before the war, she liked nothing better than to put on overalls and decoke her daddy's cars.
My Daddy can't put that. He can't possibly, can he, Mummy? It isn't true, any of it. It's lies.
Hey, you don't have to worry about that. This is publicity.
It's lies. It says I'm 11. I'm nearly 13.
Sure, but 11 is a more appealing age to the public.
And Daddy isn't a research chemist.
I'll bet he makes experiments.
Then it says I can ride a horse.
You can sit on one.
Jenny isn't a wolfhound.
She's a dog.
Why do you say we're rich?
You soon will be.
Darling, you must fall in with their ideas. It's very important, you know, the first week. After all, I expect Daddy has made some experiments, and you could learn to ride, and you're not much more than 11.
That's the idea, honey. We've got to make it true.
You can't make me 11 years old.
Well, another thing. Your name. How's about Fennis Forrest?
Why do you want to change my name?
I expect Mr. Todd thinks it's prettier, dear.
You'll never be a star with a name like Wilson.
Then I won't be a star. Please, Mr. Todd, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I...
Quiet, please. Quiet, please.
Let him up.
Well, you'll have to argue it out with Mr. Keith. See you later.
But Mr. Todd...
Quiet, please. Hey, roll him over. Jonesboro scene 28, take 7. Come in!
Jeffrey, I thought you were in Paris.
Pull the breakers. One down. Everybody make a kiss up.
What does it matter what they call you?
I can't explain.
Oh, well, it's no good not having any dinner. I'm going to get something.
Ham and chips. No spam, only prem, more or tam. Oh, prem and mashed.
2 sausage and mash and 2 cream puddings, please.
Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Doing another car lot?
All the same old stuff.
How much is that?
Oh, pay at the desk. Next, please.
Baked beans on toast. You've forgotten your pudding, madam.
Oh, thank you. Go on, I'll do this.
I'm so terribly sorry.
Oh, I'm afraid it was my fault. I'm not used to studios.
Hello, Mrs. Wilson. What's the matter?
Oh, Mr. Penley, I'm so glad to see you. I've had nothing but shocks ever since I've been here. I want to talk to you. I wonder if you'd speak to Pennis and try and make her see sense.
Excuse me, you're not sitting on a diamond, are you?
I don't think so.
I left my tiara on the seat while I was having lunch, and I noticed there's another diamond gone. There's hardly any left. Of course, they're only paste, but it's kept me in work for 20 years. I first wore this in Kissing Cup race with George Rome and Violet Hudson. But of course, you weren't born then.
Hello, Penny.
Hello.
Your mother's been telling me your troubles.
They want to change everything about me. It isn't me they want at all. Somebody they've invented called Fennis Forrest. Make me look like her and talk like her. And in the end, they'll make me feel like her. Then there won't be any me anymore.
Well, you're making quite a hole in that. Hey, see that picture on the wall over the radiator?
Yes?
It's a nice face, don't you think? Kind, sincere, sensitive. You know who it is?
No?
Doris Elphick, before she went into pictures. Gloria Dewey now.
Gloria Dewey? It can't be the same. It can't be.
Well, it is.
Please, David, what am I to do?
Don't you let them change you, Penny. You stick your toes in and fight. If you lose, well, you still will have kept your integrity, and that to some people is the most important thing in life. It is to you, I know.
Please, what does integrity mean?
Well, it's being true to yourself. You know what we talked about that night on the platform. What Madame Curie had. Remember?
Oh, I see. You understand, don't you? You don't think I'm obstinate and silly?
Of course I don't.
You're digging holes in the table now.
Oh. You and your sister are very unalike.
Phoebe doesn't mean everything she says.
You do, don't you?
Calling Miss Venice Wilson. Calling Miss Venice Wilson. Will Miss Venice Wilson call Mr. Keefe's office in the administration building? Calling Miss Venice Wilson. Will Miss Venice Wilson call in Mr. Keefe's office?
Battle is joined.
Come along, dear. We'd better hurry up.
I'd rather go alone, Mummy.
Alone, dear?
Yes, please.
Very well, dear. You are an odd child.
Cross your fingers for me.
Good luck.
I won't be a minute.
Good luck, darling.
I've just been speaking to Mr. Todd.
Yes, Mr. Keefe?
He tells me that you don't approve of his proposal to change your name.
No, Mr. Keefe.
You want to play the part of Heather in Strange Barry-On?
Yes, I do.
You wouldn't like us to cancel your contract, would you?
No.
We can, you know, if you persist in your refusal.
I can't change my name. Not for acting or anything else. Ever.
You like ices?
Yes, I do.
Ring the canteen and tell them to send over 2 large strawberry ices.
2? Yes, Mr. Keefe.
I've got insomnia.
Oh, rubbish. Go back to bed.
12:30. I've been 13 for half an hour. Oh, what are these?
Chicken and ham rolls. Mother left them.
Could I have one?
You can have the lot. Only do be quick.
I wonder why things taste extra delicious after midnight. Where did Mr. Dime take you?
A nightclub.
How much do you like him?
Well, then, he's sort of dashing. And awfully handsome.
David's handsome.
Oh, David's different. Howard's a man of the world.
I don't think I like dashing men of the world. I hope you won't decide to marry him.
Did I say one word about marrying him? For heaven's sake, Ben, get to bed before I strangle you. Here's your present. You can take it with you if you like.
Oh, Phoebe, how exciting. Salt? Hanky? Shall I open it now? It is past midnight and it's tomorrow, isn't it?
If you want to.
Phoebe, silk stockings, my first pair.
I thought you'd like them for the party.
You must have given up your own coupons, too. Thank you, darling. It's It's a heavenly present. Phoebe, let's talk. I've been wanting to talk to you for ages. I hardly see you at all since I've been at the studio.
This isn't the time to talk now.
But it is.
Well, what do you want to say?
Phoebe, you haven't given up because of me.
Given up what?
Trying to get film work.
Oh, that. I've never frightfully serious about it.
Because you mustn't.
Oh, for heaven's sake, then. I want to go to sleep.
Good night, Phoebe.
Good night. Happy birthday.
Thank you, darling.
Dennis, I used to say.
Good old Fennis.
I know. Phoebe, run upstairs and get pens, press-cutting book. Mr. Lennox would like to see.
I'll get it, Mummy.
Thank you, darling.
If Mr. Lennox really wants to see it, but it's so stupid and mostly lies.
I'm sure I shall find it fascinating.
Oh, haven't you opened Mr. Penley's present yet, Pen?
No, not yet, Mummy. May I come with you to wash my hands? Yes, of course.
Why didn't you ask him tonight? Catch him while he's in a good mood. Okay, I'm going to.
Yes, let us say so this morning.
I knew it would be this. What a nice present. I must read it. We've got it in the school library. Have you? There's nothing like that in ours. We can get any book we ask for at ours. It isn't the sort of school where they try to stop you from reading and say it's unhealthy. Don't they? But I thought all schools did. Not modern ones. Really? But do they teach you the kind of things you want to know, then? Oh, yes. It's marvelous. They sort of find out what you're really best at and then help you with it. I mean, they don't force geometry and hockey down your neck, regardless whether they'll ever be any use to you or not. What a heavenly place it sounds. Is it in the wilds of Scotland? I've got a snap of it in my bag. May I see it? It's a heavenly house with acres and acres of grounds. Oh, you are lucky. That's exactly the sort of house I imagined the heroine on my book stayed at when she went to live with her uncle. You can keep it if you like. Can I? Thanks awfully. You'd better go down, hadn't you? Yes. Don't forget the press book for your mother. No. I keep all my secret things in here.
I do love that.
Different
Charming.
from that modern stuff we've got to put up with.
Would you like to hear a hot number, Mr. Lennox? Eddie and I will swing a duet for you.
I'm not quite sure that I know what a hot number
We'll
is.
show you. Come on, Eddie.
Where did you learn to play the piano, Jim?
Oh, stop. Oh, I didn't know the younger generation knew that.
Won't you try and understand how I feel about it? Can't you forgive me?
I'm not aware there's anything to forgive.
Surely you can try and understand me.
I don't understand you at all, Mr. Penley.
Phoebe, why put on an act? What's it all about? You wanted to become a film actress, didn't you? And I didn't help you because I didn't want to see you spoiled.
Really? You missed your vacation. You should have been a preacher.
You're Fennis's sister. You can't be as hard-boiled as you pretend to be.
You're rude and ill-mannered. I suppose I should have been prepared for it. My father warned me I'd find film people vulgar. I'm so sorry.
Goodbye, Miss Dutton. I shall see you again. I've enjoyed myself immensely. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
A fine end to Fennis's party. I shall tell Phoebe what I think of her.
Don't be too hard on her, Frank.
You've no right to insult guests in our own home.
I'm sure she didn't mean it. After all, she's been very good, really, when you think that it was her and not Ben who was mad to go to her.
That's no excuse.
What is it?
You should have lent a hand at the salvage depot. They can do with help on Saturday afternoons. What do you make of this?
It's meant for me.
I thought it was for penance. That's why I opened it. What do they mean by your application for work?
I think Mr. Durham must have arranged it for me. I asked him to.
You know your father wouldn't let you take it.
I'm going to take it.
How can you? It's on Monday. You've got to go to Bond Street.
If I were to say that you were in bed that day with a bad chill, Alicia would let me stay away. I'd phone her.
You must be mad, Phoebe, telling deliberate, downright lies.
Mommy, you must help me. You must.
No, Phoebe, you must drop the whole idea.
So I'm not even allowed one day's crowd work. I've got to plod along on £3 a week while my 13-year-old sister gets 50. Mother, you've no right to refuse to help me. You've always encouraged me to want something out of life. Nothing was too good for me until Phyllis got her contract. Now you don't care what happens to me.
Phoebe, it's not true.
Piz, if I speak to you, don't listen. You just sit staring at Fen as though she's the center of all creation. You almost croon over her beastly press cuttings. You watch every mouthful she eats. You sit for hours gloating over her pictures.
It's not true, not one word of it.
You know it is, Mummy. And I won't stand for it any longer. I won't. I won't.
That's Jenny wanting to come in. Come on, dear. It's no use going on like that. Tell Madame Felicia I got a chill on Monday if you like. I'll stay in bed that day. It won't seem such a barefaced lie then. As a matter of fact, I haven't been feeling very well lately. Come on, dear. Don't worry. I'll help you.
Hello. Mr. Lennox? Oh, Penley here. Oh, very well, thanks. Look, would you like me to put you down for a couple of seats at the premiere of Strange Barrier Thursday week? You would? Well, look. I say. Hang on a minute. That's funny.
Excuse me, what sort of film is this? Do you know?
It's an MOI film. We're supposed to be women road sweepers. But, Madame, we are so understaffed today. Perhaps we could make an appointment for you for next Monday.
Monday? Let me see.
Charles, where are we lunching?
Well, I know a little place where they've still got some food rice.
Perfect.
By the way, you're dining with me after Fennis Wilson's film next Thursday week.
Oh, yes, I'd love to. You know, Phoebe Wilson's very unsettled since her sister became a film star.
You know, it's awfully sweet of you to let her off today, but, you know, David says she's simply wasting her time doing crowd work.
Crowd work?
How are you, Mother? Feeling better?
Much better, thank you, dear.
Feeling well enough to eat some chocs?
Oh, Frank, where did you get them? I haven't seen these since before the war. And what lovely flowers, too.
I brought you the latest penguin to read, Mummy.
Thank you, Fen, darling.
Come along, Phyllis. Mother must have all the rest she can get. Would you like me to do the blackout for you, Ellen?
Not yet, thank you, dear.
Mother?
Baby, whatever's the matter?
Felicia's found out.
Oh, whatever shall we do? I knew something like this would happen.
Oh, don't start telling me I told you so.
Don't shout at me, Phoebe. Has she sacked you?
I've been suspended for 2 weeks.
But how did she find out? When did you see her?
When I was called for another day's work tomorrow, so I rang up to say that you still needed me to stay with you.
And she knew where you'd been? How could she have found out so quickly?
Well, she does know, so what does it matter? I better go and tell Father and get it over with. I won't bring you into it.
Phoebe, Phoebe! Oh, look what I've done. Don't you dare tell your father. Now, you listen to me. If you tell your father, it's Venice he'll take it out of. He'll say that this could never have happened if she hadn't gone on the pictures. He'll send her back to school. It will finish everything. You little fool, to spoil everything at a time like this when Venice's whole future's at stake. You're not to let your father know, do you hear? You're to pretend to go to work each morning and not come back till the usual time. What you do in between, I don't care.
What's Phoebe done to herself? She looks years older. It's her hair, isn't it?
Don't you like it?
It's ridiculous.
Well, there, Fan.
I don't like your hair that way, Phoebe.
I think it suits me.
Who did it, Foyle?
Alice Jordan.
To make old man Keith sit up. Introduce her as your Aunt Phoebe, Fen. That'll learn her.
Next the square.
Oh, there she is. Wanted on the set, Venice. Mr. Keith wants her to meet some big shots. Come on. You're going to knock 'em cold, darling.
Can you see the Wilsons anywhere?
No. I'll put all these in together.
Well, then we'd better be taking our seats.
Oh, let's wait a minute longer.
Hello, Mr. Finley. Hello.
Good evening, David.
Hello, Phoebe. How are you? I had to come and tell you. Venice gives a tremendous performance in this film. As a matter of fact, she steals the picture. But I'll see you at the reception after.
Come along, we're sure to see them afterwards.
Here you are, Dad.
Oh, there's Mr. Lennox.
Who's he with? Jim, what's the matter?
How are you, Charles?
Oh, I've been looking for you. Hello, Mrs. Rank. You know Madam Felicia, Phoebe's mother. Mr. Wilson? Jim. Very dear friend of mine.
You must be very excited tonight, Mrs. Wilson.
Yes. Well, shall we go in?
Yes, let's go in.
See you at the reception afterwards.
You and your little Finnish must acquainted me. I will present her to you afterwards at the reception.
I'm looking forward to having Phoebe back with us again. We've missed her, you know.
Yes, sir. I'm sure you have.
And when she does come back, her midsummer madness will be quite forgotten.
Well, I think we'll be getting in, shall we? Well, good luck.
See you later.
I'll be anxious, Charles, to know what you think of Penny's performance.
She'll be all right without any opinion of mine.
Did you know that Ben and Felicia and Charles were more than business acquaintances?
No, I'd no idea.
Mrs. Wilson, the organ's going there.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me, please. I'm that excited seeing my Venice on the film. There he goes, love.
Hello. I'm so glad we're sitting together.
So am I.
Oh, who was it, Madam Felicia, you were saying she'd missed?
One of the girls who's been away.
Which one was it?
Alice Jordan. I don't think I'll go to the party afterwards, Frank. I've got a headache. All the excitement.
Oh, but my dear, you...
Daddy, it's beginning.
Heather, let me in at once. How dare you behave like this? After all, I am your mother.
We bored you, Daddy and I, so you ran out on us. Now you think you'd like us back. We don't want you. You're a stranger. You're in the way. Why did you ever come back and spoil everything?
Oh, it's going to be a sad one.
Yes.
Got your handkerchief, dear?
Please. Yes, thank you, dear.
Help yourself, Ada.
You are good, dear.
No, I must see her. I must. You can't stop me. I won't let you.
Heather, come back. Where are you going?
To find her.
Heather, my darling.
Really only 12?
Yes, amazing, isn't it, a child that age?
What was the little girl's name?
Dennis Wilson. It's quite a relief after all these war films.
A child couldn't act like that. She must be a midget made up.
Of course, you would be different.
I've got quite a headache with so much crying.
Oh, come on, let's get a move on. We don't want to stand all the way home.
There's an accompaniment for that kid.
Yes, terrific. If they put her over as the English Judy Garland.
They're all talking about Penny.
Yes, they all seem to think she's very good. I wonder where they're holding this reception.
I'd rather go straight home.
Surely you want to have a word with Dennis?
I'd rather go home.
Me too. I'm about all in.
Surely you can come in for a few minutes.
I don't want to.
Just long enough to show off your new hairstyle. I'll tell Alice Jordan if you don't.
Why Alice Jordan?
She did Phoebe's hair.
I thought you said Alice was a whale. How is she able to do your hair, then?
Did I say Alice Jordan? I meant Paula.
Well, if it wasn't Alice who was away, who was Madame Felicia talking about?
Oh, I don't know. What does it matter anyway? We can't stand arguing here in front of everybody. Mother said she was ill.
You'd better take your mother home and wait for me. I want to know the truth of this.
I don't care if you do find out the truth. I've been suspended from the office for 2 weeks because I stayed away to do crowd work and I was found out. And it's all your fault. Yes, yours.
Phoebe.
Well, it is, Mummy. You know it is. If he wasn't the sort of man he is, this would never have happened. Oh, I'm fed up. I can't stand it any longer.
She didn't mean it, Frank. I'd better go after her and take her home.
I'll explain to Keith. Get the coach ready, Jim. Jim, are you afraid of me?
Afraid of you, Dad? How do you mean?
Well, if there was anything you wanted, would you be afraid to speak to me?
I'm not afraid of you exactly, Dad, but... Well, yes, there is something I wanted to ask you. Only I didn't think you'd listen. After the war, I don't want to be a chemist, Dad. My heart wouldn't be in it. I'm not clever, not with my head, but I can do things with my hands. engines and things, cars. That's what I'm keen on. That's what I want to do. And I've got a chance to take Eddie's place in his father's garage. I can learn my trade before I'm called up. After all, old Fenn's shooting ahead like a house on fire. So I don't see why I shouldn't have my chance, too.
You'd better go to bed.
Okay, Dad. Good night, Dad.
Good night. Now I want the truth. If I'm not given it, I'll find out for myself. Why were you suspended?
I was offered 2 days crowd work at Marison's. I said Mother was unwell and asked if I could stay away. Madame Felicia found out. It's no good asking why I didn't tell you. You'd never let me do it.
No, I shouldn't. Where did you get the money to pay your share of the housekeeping each week?
I borrowed it.
From your mother?
She didn't know why I wanted it.
No? What date did you first stay away from your work?
I don't remember.
It wasn't the 17th, was it? The 17th?
It might have been.
Was it a coincidence, then, that you were ill in bed that day, Ellen?
Frank.
You'd better go to bed. We'll talk things over in the morning when you're in a more fit state.
No, we won't. We'll talk about them now. I suppose you think I'm going to come down in the morning and apologize. Well, I'm not. If people are unreasonable, you have to lie to them. It's my life, isn't it? I earn my own living. I'm 20. I have a right to do what I like with my own life.
If you lost your job and couldn't support yourself, you'd think me a strange father if I said that I got no obligations to you.
I shouldn't come whining to you for help.
Well, what's done's done. But as long as you live in my house, I'm responsible for you, and I expect obedience. I ask for your word that you'll give up all ideas of this acting.
I won't. Why should I?
I can't believe any other ambition would have so blinded you to the elementary decencies. I'm not going to argue, Phoebe.
But Phyllis can be an actress. Phyllis can earn £50 a week. Phyllis can do what she damn well likes.
Venice is not an actress. She will do no more film work. She's going back to school.
Mother! Mother, come here!
Frank, you can't mean it. Say you don't mean it. What harm has acting done to her? She's just the same, isn't she? She hasn't changed.
Phoebe's changed. You've changed a great deal, Ellen. With a house full of lies, subterfuge, and dishonesty, how long do you think it'll be before Venice changes too?
Then it is what Phoebe and I have done.
It's what this acting business has done to you. I'm going to take her away from it before it's too late. That's my decision.
You're a bend, you mean?
You'll apologize for that.
I'm not afraid of you.
Phoebe, keep out of this. He doesn't know what he's saying. Frank, you can't do this after the success Fenn's made. There's a future waiting for her, for all of us. After tonight, she'll be famous.
Famous. Publicity that's bought and paid for isn't fame. Fame is something you get after a lifetime spent in the service of humanity.
Oh, he's got religious mania or something. I don't care what you say. You can do as you like with Venice, but you're not going to spoil my life.
Phoebe, come back. Where are you going?
You'll do what I think best. Because you've proved yourself untrustworthy and deceitful. And Venice will do what she's told, because she's only a child. She's open to bad influence. That's the end of it.
It's not the end of it. I'm Fennis's mother. I have some right where the child's concerned. Phoebe, please leave us, dear.
Before she goes, I want that promise I spoke of.
I shan't give it.
As long as you live in my house, you'll obey me.
I don't want to live in your house. I don't want to. Do you think I want to live this boring, old-fashioned life? No, and I won't. Not another minute.
Frank, stop her. Stop her. You can't let her go.
If she wants to go, she can. She earns enough to keep herself.
They're turning her out. That's what it comes to. You, with all your talk about what's right and what's wrong, you're a bully, that's what you are. A bully, a self-righteous, smug bully. I shan't let you ruin Fennis's life. I'll fight you. I'll take you to the courts. That's what I'll do. I'll take you to the courts. Phoebe, darling, what are you doing? Go back to bed, please.
It's no use, Mother. I've made up my mind. I'm going. Keep your chin up, Mum. It's not the end of the world, you know. I'll be all right. Can I speak to Mr. Durham, please? Not back from Ireland yet. Not for 3 months. Oh, no, it doesn't matter, thank you.
Fan, darling. Fan.
Mommy. Mommy, darling. What's the matter? Daddy. What's the matter? Is she ill?
No. That's enough, Ellen. You can stop that nonsense if you want to.
If you want me, Mother, I shall be at Alice Jordan. Goodbye.
Phoebe, what is it? What's happened? You must tell me.
There's been a disagreement. Phoebe isn't living with us any longer. Try to go to bed and get some sleep.
I can't, Daddy. Is it something about me?
Me too, Fen. Both of us. Better go to bed now. There's nothing you can do. I'm going anyway. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Fen.
Phoebe.
No, Mother, it's no good. Fen, darling, I'm sorry. Try not to think it's all for me, won't you?
What? What does she mean, Mommy?
He tells you to give up acting. He's going to send you back to school, darling.
Is that true, Daddy?
Yes, Rose.
I shan't let him. I shan't stand by and see him throw away this chance as he's thrown away others. I'll fight for you. If I have to go to law, I'll fight for you.
Keep quiet. Can't keep quiet.
Ben. Oh, Ben.
Can't you sleep, Phil?
No, Daddy.
Try to sleep. I know you must think I'm harsh and unjust. Listen, Venice. Suppose I were to agree that you could go on with this film work after all. Would that make you happier?
No, Daddy. Not now. I've got other plans now. I want to go away.
Go away? Where to?
Have you got something to read, dear? It's a long journey, you know.
Yes, I have, thank you, Mummy.
I'd better get you a couple of books in case.
Hurry, Ellen. We've only got a few minutes.
Oh. I'll have these two, please.
1 shilling, please.
Now, Phyllis, if you should change your mind, if you're unhappy at school, you'll write and let me know, won't you?
But I couldn't be, Daddy, possibly. I've dreamed about going somewhere like this ever since I was tiny. I've been very lucky, Daddy, to get the money from the film so that I could.
We shall miss you, you know. Excuse me.
Daddy, give my love to Phoebe, won't you? When you see her. Oh, and Daddy, don't let Mummy forget when she writes to me to call me Joan Wilson, not Phyllis, Joan. Mummy!
Goodbye, Pen, darling. Oh, I've forgotten the books.
Goodbye, Phyllis.
Goodbye, Pen, darling. Joan, I mean.
Bye, Mummy, darling. Tell Jim I'll be thinking of him on Monday when he starts at the garage.
Sure you've got everything? They'll meet you at the other end, you know. Look out for Jubilee Road. You'll see it from the window.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Look out for Jubilee Road. You'll see it from the window.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Suppose I was to agree that you could go on with this film work after all. Would that make you happier?
No, Daddy. Not now. I've other plans now.